When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky, all a beautiful sunrise. Well, there's so much they hold, and just like them old stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How old is your soul? Well, I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking.
Child prodigies have long been a source of great fascination. We wonder, how can so much talent reside in such a young body, so much genius? In a moment, you'll meet Jake, a 13-year-old math and science prodigy who's confident he may one day challenge some of the established theories of physics. The source of that talent and that confidence comes from our most remarkable organ, the one we understand least, the brain. What is it about Jake Barnett that had him taking college courses at age 8 and getting A's, and by 12 doing paid scientific research?
The story will continue in a moment.
And today, at age 13, an honors college sophomore lecturing the crowd at his university science symposium.
And do any of you guys want my resume at all?
The untied shoelaces reveal either your average teenager or the first telltale signs of the absent-minded professor, or both.
Let's look at these system of points.
Surrounded by researchers twice his age, Jake is presenting his summer physics research project on PT symmetric lattice system.
This has implications in fiber optics, electromagnetic signals, anything that requires like a light going through a cable. Got it? Every number or math problem I ever hear, I have permanently remembered.
You just never forget. They never
Never
slip
forget.
out the back door of your brain.
No.
Is it fun for you to do it? I mean, do you get a kick out of it?
Yeah.
For Jake, fun is reciting from memory the infinite series of numbers known as pi.
3.1415926535846238462643383279502.
Jake memorized more than 200 of pi's numbers in an afternoon.
74944592307.
And he did it just to test himself.
You want to go backwards from there?
Well, sure.
32397985356295141.3.
Bravo. He's not just parroting a textbook. He understands and analyzes the logic of higher mathematics. He can visualize and solve complex problems by using what he calls the fourth dimension. Just exactly what is the fourth dimension?
It's hard to describe in terms of the typical 3 because it's tangent to all the other ones. I'd be able to describe it if I had like a whiteboard and like 30 minutes to describe it. It takes a while. It's the fourth dimension. What do you expect?
The numbers appear to him as shapes that he says just build on one another.
So this, for example, is 3 cubed or 27. And then if I want to do 54, I just stack another one onto it.
He says his mind is constantly buzzing with new physics problems and theories. When he runs out of wall space, he moves on to windows. Remembering things so precisely, does that ever become a burden to you?
No, not at all.
No sense of overload?
I remember math and numbers. I don't remember other things. For example, if someone asks me where something is in the house, I tell them I don't know.
The oldest of 4 kids, Jake lives with his family in the suburbs of Indianapolis.
These are my periodic table. It's got all my elements.
He used the money he made from his summer research project, $3,200, to turn his bedroom into a science lab.
Copernicus was the most recently named element.
For as long as he can remember, he's been fascinated by the mysteries of space.
Saturn's my favorite planet, not due to the rings, but due to some of its moons.
Any ambition to be an astronaut?
Not an astronaut. That's like too dangerous. I'm going to be the guy controlling the astronauts. If anyone's an astronaut, it's going to be my brother.
All work and only occasional play does not make Jake a dull boy. What do you do for fun?
When it isn't anything academic,
No, I mean beyond the academics.
does looking up space articles online count? I a kid.
He has a full scholarship at the joint Indiana University Purdue campus in Indianapolis, where he is an honor student in math and physics. He may not be the tallest student on campus, but is surely among the brightest. He regularly gets the highest grades in his classes.
C sub n, where it's proportional to that.
Jake's been auditing classes here since the ripe old age of 8, when it became obvious to his parents that third grade was not going to be enough for him. What did your fellow students think?
Everyone was thinking that Mom was taking the class and she couldn't find a babysitter. The students thought I was the student.
His parents, Christine and Michael Barnett, expected their son would quietly listen and learn. But even they were shocked when Jake jumped right into scientific discussions.
The professor would ask questions and Jake was answering them, and then he took the final at the end and got an A on it. And suddenly, the people at the university took notice of that and eventually invited him to attend the university.
It's pretty shocking when an 8-year-old aces a university astronomy course. Weren't you impressed?
I guess I was impressed. I was just doing what I like to do.
No one could have predicted that Jake would even make it to college. Just before his second birthday, he began to regress, stopped speaking and making eye contact. After consulting with several doctors, the diagnosis was autism.
We went through speech therapy, physical therapy, developmental therapy, occupational therapy. Therapists came to the home.
He was going further and further from our world into a world of his own. And I really was just baffled at how we were going to get him back out of that world.
And how did you get him back out of that world?
We realized that Jacob was not happy unless he was doing something he loved.
Which even as a 3-year-old was math and science. His parents say the more he focused on the subjects he loved, the more he began to communicate.
You could just see him just relax. You could just see him feel like, thank goodness we're not working on something that I can't do today.
And how long did it take for him to, as you say, come back?
By the time he was kindergarten age 5, 6, he was still behind as far as speaking with others and socializing with others, but he was also light years ahead of everybody else. He was coming home asking us, when am I going to learn something at school today? I want to learn algebra.
It was trying to keep Jake challenged that led to a kind of double life. Elementary school by day and sitting in on college courses in the evening. By 5th grade, he dropped out of public school, and just to demonstrate that he was ready for college, he taught himself all of high school math in just 2 weeks. He was 10 years old.
That was the most determined thing I've ever seen anybody do. He had to sit in a calculus class to prove to the university that he could sit still. And Jacob was like, I'm going to participate in that class discussion. So if I need to learn Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, Trig, that's what I'm going to do. And he took a stack of books, and he sat down, and he just...
And taught himself all of it in 2 weeks.
Not only that, he finished the entire state of Indiana curriculum for grades 6 to 12 in little over a year. The Barnetts, who've started a center for autistic kids called Jacob's Place, say that many of Jake's symptoms of autism have disappeared.
There are certain traits that are still there. If you really, really knew what you were looking for, you could dig them out. But otherwise, I got a 10-year-old kid at that point in time that just happens to be doing next level work and no one knew anything different.
Your parents told us that you're very proud of your autism.
That, I believe, is the reason why I'm in college and I'm so successful. It is the rise as to my love for math and science and astronomy, and it's the reason why I care.
When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky, all a beautiful sunrise. Well, there's so much they hold, and just like them old stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How old is your soul? Well, I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all.
Are you guys excited? Alright, I'm here to tell you why you guys should forget everything you know right now. So, first thing you guys need to know. So, suppose you guys are all doing your homework. Okay? You know, it's something you have to do. And you're doing great on your homework, you're getting great grades, you're getting fabulous prizes such as, Benjamins and all this great stuff. I'm here to tell you you're doing it all wrong. That's right, I did just say that. You're doing it all wrong. In order to succeed, you have to look at everything with your own unique perspective. Okay? What does that mean? That means that when you think, you must think in your own creative way, not accepting everything that's already out there. By the way, the people I'm showing in the background are my little brothers, Ethan and Wesley. One of them is a chemist, and the other one's a meteorologist. So, your perspective might be the only way you can see art or history or music or whatever. So, let me show you one of the ways in which I can see math. So, for example, that's 32, and the rotations represent addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, etc. So, today, my main reason I'm coming out here is to do some quantum mechanics, okay? So, today what we're going to do is we're going to do the Schrodinger equation, split it into a time-independent component, and we're going to solve it for the boundary conditions of a lattice and a particle in a box. So, let's get to work! So, I have some lecture notes, which I'd like you guys to pass out. I'm going to split them into 2 rows, so if I can have some people come up and get these. No, wait. Before you come up here, I need to let you know about something very quickly. Okay, just stay there. I'm kidding! I did not come here to frighten you all with quantum mechanics. Not yet. So, let's think about something simpler. How many of you here have heard about circles? Okay, good. So why are circles important? They're the shape of cookies, they're the shape of skateboard wheels, and most importantly, they're the shape of the thing that turns on your Xbox 360. So, what do we know from school about circles? We know pi are squared, we know they're round. Do we know anything else? Not really. So, let me tell you something cool you can do with circles. It's called Johnson's theorem, where really a theorem is just, a way mathematicians can think of stuff. So, what Johnson said was you take 3 circles, you overlap them in a way such that there's 6 blue lines, where I called each of the circles blue, such that there's 6 lines coming in one point. The other 3 points are on a circle the same size. Interesting. So, this isn't just pi r squared. This is something new. So because Johnson didn't just think oh, it's got to be pi r squared round, that's it. He created math. And he did it in his own unique perspective way. So now, I know not all of you are necessarily mathematically gifted, so... So, let's move on to some more interesting stuff. By now, you might have heard about Isaac Newton in your high school careers. You might have heard about him from, prisms or whatever he might have done. So, in 1665, Isaac Newton was at the University of Cambridge. Now, for those of you who really know your history, at that time, Cambridge had closed due to the plague. So Isaac Newton, he didn't have a way to learn, he had to stop learning, and he was probably, hiding in a dormitory with his cat running from the plague. Now, while he was doing this, he decided he had to stop learning, but he didn't want to stop thinking. Okay? So, because of that, he was thinking about this problem in astrophysics. And specifically, I think he wanted to calculate the motion of the moon around the Earth. So I sort of reamped that problem into the case of Mercury around the sun. So, okay. What he did was, in order to solve this problem, he created calculus, Newton's 3 laws, the universal law of gravitation, the reflecting telescope to check his work, and optics, and all this crazy stuff. In that 2 years that he had stopped learning. So, I guess that was really good for us, because at that time, Newton had to stop learning. But when he stopped learning, he started thinking, and he created science. And, okay, that's just great. We now have a theory of physics. So, okay, he could have probably been some top scholar, he could have had a 4.0 GPA, he could have been on the dean's list, he could have had his professor's proud, but he wouldn't have created anything if he didn't stop learning. Newton needed to start thinking, and think of things with his own unique perspective in order to, create his theory. So now let me formally introduce myself, because I did not do that at the beginning of the talk. So, about 11 years ago, I was diagnosed with this thing called autism. What that meant was I was focusing on things in such extreme detail that it seemed like I wasn't thinking at all. Basically, I'd be like, oh, look, here's this reflection of that light, so there's a light up here, but oh, there's my shadow, so there's a light back there, and I look over, and it's over there. Okay. Okay, so because of that, people thought I would never learn because it just looked like I was just staring at the open. It looked like I wasn't doing anything at all. So people told me I would never learn, I'd never think, I'd never talk, I'd never tie my shoes, which, okay, they might have had a point on, I'm wearing sandals. So, But, however, at that age, I went to the Barnes & Noble and I got a textbook, and from the data that was in the textbook, I derived Kepler's laws. When I wasn't supposed to be learning or thinking at all. So basically, from the other people's point of view, it was just, it wasn't really looking too good. I wasn't finger painting or doing story time or any of the other stuff the 2, 3, 4-year-olds would do. But, what they did was because of that, they took me to special ed, which is extremely special, and in fact, it didn't educate me. So, during that time, I had to stop learning because I didn't have a way to learn. I was just in special ed. So, what they would do is, okay, so I wasn't able to learn anything at all. However, at that age, I started thinking about things in sort of the way of all these shadows, and I think that's why I like astrophysics, physics, and math today. Because I had to stop learning, I believe that's why I do what I do today. Okay, so let me continue about gravity. Okay? So, it's a very exciting topic for those of us who are in physics. So, let me continue. Now, what happened was, about a couple of centuries later, the physicists had enough experimental technology to test Newton's orbit. Now, Newton predicted that the orbit of Mercury was an oval, or, as scientists like to say, an ellipse. However, when we pointed our telescopes out, we saw that thing. So, okay, for those of you who are scientists, that's extremely exaggerated, but, okay. This was not looking good. Newton had failed. One of the greatest physicists of all minds had failed. He failed. So, we needed someone else, just like Newton had done, to predict everything they knew, and, his name was Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein, what he would done, he was also, he was stopped in his tracks. He was not doing very well. He was Jewish, and it was pre-Nazi Germany, so he was not able to get a position at the local university. He had to work at a patent office, which, okay, that's not theoretical physics, and we're talking about Einstein here. So, yeah. What happened was Einstein, he had all this time to think all of a sudden. He had to stop learning, but he had all this time to think. And so what he had done was he likes to have these thought experiments, and he likes to think about all these different things. So what Einstein thought was, okay, he pictured himself on a trampoline with a couple of friends, which, okay, there's actually a failure of my sentence there, and the fact that physicists, that's usually a couple more than they have. So, Albert Einstein was probably on a trampoline with one of his friends, and, they were probably playing some, tennis or something. So, however, they're physicists, they don't have very good hand-eye coordination, so they probably didn't, catch the tennis ball, and it went rolling around. And Einstein looked at this, and he said, without friction, this is gravity! He realized this is just gravity! So afterwards, he predicted the motion, which is going to end up like that crazy thing. But that crazy thing is exactly that other crazy thing. So Einstein had solved the problem just by thinking about it in his own unique perspective, in his own unique way. He stopped learning, and he started thinking, and he started creating. So now let me get back on the story. I wasn't really looking through it, so I just kind of brushed it over there. So about 3 years ago, there was a calculus class I wanted to sit in the back of, so I decided in order to sit in the back of this, I am going to learn algebra, trigonometry, all this other middle school stuff, all the high school math, and first year undergrad calculus in 2 weeks, so I can sit in the back of this class. I was 10. Okay. So, also at that time, for this, I got accepted into the university. And yet again, I was still 10. So, okay, then I had to go to an entrance interview, okay? That's what you gotta do, it's the university. So, I had to go to this entrance interview, and because of parking, I had all these coins, and, I dropped them all over the guy's office, making him think I had no common sense, and he pretty much held me back for a semester. So I also had to stop learning at that time. Okay, what did I do? Did I stop learning and just, start playing video games and stuff? No! I started thinking about shapes! And I was thinking about the specific problem in astrophysics that I was really interested in at that time, which I still kind of am. Now, what I did was, over the next 2 weeks, I started thinking about these shapes, I started thinking about this problem, and after a while, I had solved it. So I had solved this problem in astrophysics, which basically is similar to, what's happening with Einstein and Newton right now. I'm not going to tell you the exact problem, due to the fact that I have not published it yet. When my paper gets published, you may figure out about it. For those of you who read scientific papers. Okay, so I thought about all these problems, I only had a 500-sheet thing of paper from Oxmax, and since I was thinking of all these multidimensional things, it filled them up really quickly. So then I moved on to whiteboards, because I was out of paper. But the whiteboard, it also filled up pretty quickly, So then I moved on to my parents' windows. After that, I just started getting chicks down by all this Windex and stuff. And, my equations would get erased by these horrible Windex creators, but... So, because of that, after about a month or so, my parents realized I wasn't going out to the park and I was just drawing these weird shapes on the windows. And basically, I was trying to disprove myself. I didn't want to act like Newton. I did not want to, be proven 100 years down the road, disproved. So, what I did was I was going on the windows, I was trying to disprove myself, but to no avail. After that, my parents, they figured I should be on the park, so they called some guy up at Princeton, and they told him to disprove what I was doing. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and he said I was on the right track, so not going to the park. Okay, so then because I had stopped learning, I started thinking, and I solved the problem. After that, I decided to create a calculus video for other people who wanted to still do calculus, the 3 elders out there, and so that way they could also learn. Okay, so I made this calculus video. People noticed that I was 12 and I was doing a calculus video. After that, the first people that noticed was the Indianapolis Star. And they put me on the front page of some newspaper, and as you can see from this picture, I was eating a sandwich. It was really yummy. So, okay, after that, my calculus video, it went viral. At the time of this photo, it had some 2 million views. So, first of all, a calculus video going viral, who would have ever thought? So, after that, it got translated into whatever this language is. Is there anybody who can tell me what language this is? I can't read it. Okay, it's Chinese. Okay, good to know. So then after that, I had some guy from Fox TV call me up, and I was able to draw on his windows, and he was Lembeck. The big special about that experience is that the windows were huge, 23 floors above the ground, and overlooked the Chrysler Building, so that was a fun experience. Then after that, I started having some really strange visitors show up to my house. I had Morley Safer show up, and he's from CBS 60 Minutes. Now, for those of you who can really see this picture very well, you may notice that I'm wearing the same sandals. So, okay, now, let's sort of recap what we've done. Have Einstein and Johnson and Newton and everyone I talked about, are they really geniuses? Is that really what's making them so special? Is that really why they did all their work? Absolutely not! No! That's not why! Okay, so what happened was, all they did was they made the transition from learning to thinking to creating, which by now the media has translated into, genius. Now, I'm pretty sure they had relatively high IQs, but as some of you may know, there are lots of people out there with high IQs who don't create this sort of thing. They usually just end up memorizing a couple 100,000 digits of pi. So, first of all, my question to them is, why not memorize a different number? Like, I'm wearing pi right now, so, okay. So, in conclusion, I'm not supposed to be here at all. I was told that I wouldn't talk. There's probably some therapist watching this who's freaking out right now. Okay, I'm not supposed to be talking, I'm not supposed to be learning, but because I made that transition from learning to thinking to creating, I am here today. And I'm talking to some 400 to 800 people in New York. Okay, now, what do I want you guys to get out of this speech? Okay, what I want you guys to do is, for the next 24 hours, I know you guys may have school or whatnot, even though it's a Saturday. For the next 24 hours, don't learn anything. You are not allowed to learn anything for the next 24 hours. However, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go into some field. You all have some passion. I don't know about it. I've been talking to you for 11 minutes. I have no idea what you guys are interested in. But you guys have some passion all out there, and you all know what it is. So I want you to think about that field instead of learning that field. And instead of being a student of that field, be the field. Whether it's music or architecture or science or whatever. And I want you to think about that field, and who knows, maybe you can create something. Thank you very much. I'm Jacob Barnett.
When I look into your eyes, it's like watching the night sky or a beautiful sunrise. Well, there's so much they hold, and just like them old stars, I see that you've come so far to be right where you are. How old is your soul? Well, I won't give up on us, even if the skies get rough. I'm giving you all my love. I'm still looking up, and when you're needing your